So it's been a few months since the GaroShadowscale drama went down, and I decided to give it another look to see what has happened since. He's gone back to streaming on Twitch as expected, uploaded some streams on his second channel, and even started a new Let's Play series on his main channel. Whoa, hold up. That thumbnail's not what I think it is it? It better just be clickbait, man, and not what I'm thinking it is. Ah, shit, dude. No fucking way this is real. So before we get further into things, I would like to point out now to not send harassment toward Garo's way or anybody's way. That shit is not productive and it doesn't help the situation at all. After the controversy that was charging people hundreds on Patreon for basic human attention and running a cult on his Discord server, it seems that GaroShadowscale can't catch a break. I decided to take a look at his channel again, see how he was doing, and that's why I noticed a couple of his newest videos that he got on his channel. At first glance, it just looks like some clickbait that we've all grown accustomed to seeing on YouTube, but then I read the title of these 3 videos right here, and I quickly knew something was up. I rode a gay dragon. I gave him my dragon noodle. Oh my god. He ruined my back door. Listen, man, it doesn't take much to put 2 and 2 together. The dude is straight up playing a furry porn game to his audience. Now, you may think to yourself at a first glance that, hey, it ain't no big deal, but you gotta remember, Garo has an audience of children, and it's easy to tell given the majority of his influence comes from playing children-oriented games on Twitch and YouTube. Like, bro, charging people for basic human attention and running a cult are 2 separate things. But now mans is straight up playing porn to an audience of children. The best part is he started playing the game right after his first upload back from the initial drama, like he thought he wasn't doing no weird shit or something. Now, I can get behind this if the dude's channel was based around playing more adult games and shit in general. I'm sure there are channels out there that do this and just take the piss out of the games for shits and giggles all the time. The issue I have is that Garo's channel isn't based around adult content like that, nor is his audience full of adults. We already went over in my last Garo video how YouTube age statistics are one of the few that you shouldn't trust because it's just so easy to lie about your age when making an account, plus children tend to be logged onto their parents' accounts when watching shit on YouTube. It's a very unreliable statistic to use, and there's no doubt that if more people were to bring this up, he would fall back on that once again, despite the fact that it's not to be trusted, especially if you're playing an adult-oriented game to an audience that you can tell is majority children. Anyone who has taken a look at Garo's videos or streams knows the guy makes content for children. It's like those old Vanos Gaming and Wow, that's an awful name to bring up. It's like those old Vanos Gaming and H2O Delirious and Markiplier Let's Plays or gaming highlight kind of videos. The ones that a lot of children tend to watch and play if they own the game. Garo's spin on things is that it mainly revolves around VR games with a cute and appealing furry character to get the audience's attention and keep them entertained throughout the runtime. It's like those VTuber channels that you find on Twitch and YouTube. They don't show their face, but they have an appealing anime character that grabs people's attentions because people love to look at things they find attractive or charming. It's no surprise that the dislikes on the videos are pretty high and that the comments are constantly being combed for anything negative so that Garo can delete them instantly and only reply to the ones either saying neutral or positive things about him. I can get behind him deleting negative comments, but when this guy has a track record of deleting any comments that say even a slightly bad thing about him, and given this time is for playing a furry porn game to an audience of children, if you ask me, I can't say he's weeding out the trolls or anything of that nature. You know, now that I go over the 2 newest videos of his and apply the same mindset to the 3 we've been going over, something is telling me that this guy isn't as innocent as he perceives himself to be. Ah, fuck, how do I put this in a non-weird way for y'all? There are people who are interested in certain things that make them happy in a way. For example, the new videos include a character called Puro, and looking at the thumbnail and the way the game plays and such, this isn't as innocent as it looks on the surface when you apply some thought into it.
You look at it curiously for a while and then you are startled by a strange touch. You feel something stick out of your head. Drop it! The back of the mask is still exuding goo. Self-conscious goo has gone into your nostrils, mouth, and even eyes. Oh! You cannot tear off this mask. You can only let this goo penetrate your body. Interesting wording adjustment. I'm pretty sure it did not say that in the first game because I would have commented on that. Like an electric shock, you suddenly have the idea of obedience.
Listen, I get it. People have their interests when it comes to certain activities or scenarios, but that is something you don't show to an audience of children, because it gives off a really weird fucking vibe, dude, especially after putting all the context clues together. It does bring up an interesting little conversation though, the whole content creator and the more NSFW sides of things that they might be interested in. It's pretty common these days to see a lot of NSFW or R34 related things on the internet, whether it be fan art or in Garo's case, playing an NSFW video game for content. To me personally, the main thing comes down to a few other things as well: the type of content you make, the audience age, and keeping your personal life out of your work life. The content you make and the audience age is something that can go hand in hand with each other, so we'll talk about those first. As we spoke about earlier, when you make content generally aimed at a middle school age audience or lighthearted in general, you end up with an audience of exactly that, middle school or high school aged kids. The branding of Garo's channel being based around a cute furry character only solidifies that the audience he's attracting isn't predominantly adults, because while yes, there are adults that do enjoy the cute character stuff, the kind of stuff he makes usually entertains young kids and keeps them engaged more. The same kind of concept applies with cartoons a lot. A lot of times when people see an animal character that speaks, people don't think it's for adults, they think it's for kids, and that's true most of the time. There are exceptions to the rule, of course, but given the furry character Garo uses and the content the way he acts in his videos, it's clearly for young people.
What?
Now the next part is keeping your personal life out of your work life. I've come to understand for some people this is hard to do, especially when making content on the internet on YouTube, as it's their job to do so, but you have to keep some stuff away from your work life no matter what. Case in point, the NSFW fetish porn video games. You have all these people knowing your age, the way you look, maybe even some interests of yours only IRL friends and family know about, but at the end of the day, the creator has to have the responsibility and understanding that fans aren't like friends or family. It's like a third form of human relationships that one can make. It's a very peculiar situation to be in because people aren't taught on how to deal with fans. They're only taught to deal with friends and family. Some people end up blending their work and personal life together and cause some major issues, and it's something that I can see here with these recent videos by Garo. Listen, I get it, he's an adult and he has his certain interests that lean on adult and SFW stuff, but he needs to understand this is not something he should be outwardly showing to his fans, especially when they are under 18 years old. To sum it all up, keep that shit to yourself and your friend group. That NSFW stuff is not something you show to your fans. Hell, keeping my own personal and work life separate is what I focus on a lot when making content and shit in general. It's why I haven't said my age, birthday, where I live, face reveal, none of that. Not because I'm scared or I hate you guys or some lame excuse some people might say, but it's because I don't want my personal and work lives to start blending together. I've always been a very private person even before I started this YouTube channel, and so to me personally, blending my personal and work life together would be a recipe for disaster. I understand some people are more open about things and their interests and they're able to blend it together fine, and you know what, that's fine. But knowing when to show and talk about them is the issue here, and Garo showing a kid audience NSFW fetish porn material is not a good look, and that's going beyond the Patreon scamming and the Discord cult that he's currently running. At this point, I guess I'm more confused than anything because he hasn't made any changes to his Patreon. You still have to follow complete bullshit rules in his Discord server and to participate in streams with him, and to top it all off, he's straight up playing porn games to his child audience. I would say Garo probably doesn't give a fuck anymore, but considering he still combs his comments for anything negative about him, he still does, so I have no idea what his endgame is, to be honest. I guess if there's any sort of lesson to be learned here, don't show your audience your NSFW interests. While NSFW artwork in Rule 34 will always exist and is integral to certain parts of internet culture, don't promote them to your audience, especially if they're children. Garo is only giving people more of a reason to dislike him by doing this, but hell, at this point, it's just time to sit back and watch what happens next. I realized by the end of this video that I kinda turned it into a semi-lesson on NSFW internet culture, and that actually brings up a good question to ask y'all at the end of this video. Besides asking y'all's opinion on Garo and his channel, what's y'all's opinion on NSFW internet culture? It's something that is taboo in some parts, and in other parts it's something that's normal. And it's super interesting to see it kind of be forced together in this video as a topic, so make sure to tell me your opinions in the comments below. Thank you for watching today's video, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe, and as always, with all of that out of the way, I will see you guys later.